Shocking changes to U.S. immigration under Trump's second term. What no one is telling you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you thought immigration policies in the U.S. were already tough, buckle up because, under President Trump's second term, things have changed a lot. In today's video, we're breaking down the biggest immigration policy shifts, some of which you may not have heard about. Whether you're an immigrant, an employer, or just curious about what's happening, stick around because this will affect millions of people. 1. Visa renewals just got a lot harder. First up, if you're on an H-1B or any other non-immigrant visa, you're going to want to hear this. The administration has reinstated mandatory in-person interviews for visa renewals, even if you were previously exempt. This means longer wait times, more uncertainty, and a much tougher process overall. Imagine having a job offer lined up, only to be stuck in a bureaucratic limbo because of these new rules. 2. Expedited removals, fast-tracked deportations. Next, let's talk about something that's sending shockwaves through immigrant communities: expedited removals. Under this policy, immigration officials can deport individuals who can't prove they've been in the U.S. for at least 2 years without even seeing a judge. This means people who've lived here for years but lost documents or can't get legal representation fast enough could be removed in days instead of months or years. Due process? Not so much. 3. The push to end birthright citizenship. One of the most controversial moves? An executive order attempting to end birthright citizenship for kids born in the U.S. to non-citizen parents. Although it was immediately challenged in court and blocked by a judge, the fact that it was even attempted shows a massive shift in how the government wants to redefine who gets to be an American citizen. 4. Employers, you're being watched. If you run a business, listen up. The government is now conducting more frequent I-9 audits and workplace inspections to catch companies hiring undocumented workers. On one hand, this pushes businesses to comply with hiring laws, but on the other, it adds a huge administrative burden, especially for smaller businesses that may not even realize they're at risk of fines or legal trouble. 5. Remain in Mexico is back. Remember the controversial migrant protection protocols? Well, they're back. This means asylum seekers must stay in Mexico while their cases are being processed, sometimes for months or even years. Critics say this exposes people to dangerous conditions and makes it nearly impossible for them to get proper legal help. It's one of the most debated policies in immigration right now. 6. The Laken Riley Act, what you need to know. This one's named after a crime victim, and it's changing how immigration laws are enforced. It mandates the detention of undocumented immigrants accused of serious crimes, and even gives states the power to sue the federal government if they believe immigration laws aren't being enforced properly. This means more detentions, lawsuits, and tension between state and federal authorities. 7. The crackdown on sanctuary cities. Lastly, let's talk about the battle between the federal government and sanctuary jurisdictions. The Trump administration has ramped up lawsuits against states and cities like Chicago and Illinois for protecting undocumented immigrants from federal enforcement. It's part of a larger strategy to force states to cooperate with ICE and crack down on local policies that shield immigrants from deportation. Final thoughts. So, what does all of this mean? Well, it's clear that the administration is doubling down on strict immigration enforcement, and that affects everyone from visa holders to employers to entire communities. Whether you support these changes or not, they're happening, and they're reshaping immigration in the U.S. as we know it. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next update. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about these policies? Are they making the U.S. safer, or are they too extreme? I want to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.